Hello Culers, it's Pablo here and welcome back to Barca Universal and welcome to the match review of Villarreal 1, Barcelona 3. Barcelona have picked up a huge 3 points away from home in a really tough fixture. The game as a whole I thought was really action-packed, it was chaotic, it was crazy. There were times when we looked really good, there were other times when we looked really poor. I think overall it's maybe our least convincing game under Xavi so far in terms of the way we played over the course of the 90 minutes, and certainly after Villarreal equalised, it felt like it was deserved for them. It felt like we weren't going to get anything from the game, but we've come up with 3 points out of nowhere, really. We've snatched it late on, and that's a big win. It's a really big win for Barcelona. It's 2 wins out of 2 for Xavi in La Liga, and we are now climbing closer to the top 4. It's a big win for Barca. Now let's get on to the match review. And lineup-wise, to be fair with how we predicted it in the preview, it's not far off what we said. It was again the sort of, back 3, if you like, from Xavi. But I thought lineup-wise actually was quite controversial in a way. You had Eric Garcia on the right, but for large parts of the game he was playing almost right back. That felt very uncomfortable. Araujo and Piqué both had really good games in the centre-back. Jordi Alba was left back, of course, kind of left wing-back, left wing. In midfield, you had again the quadrant of Nico, Gavi, Busquets and De Jong. I thought Nico didn't have nowhere near as much impact as he usually did today. Then, of course, you had Abdi very far up on the right. That did leave Eric a little bit exposed and lost at right back or right centre-back, I thought. And then, of course, you also had Memphis Depay up front. But should we start actually with the match action, guys? Because really, to be honest, the game was on fire from about 60 seconds in, honestly. The first 20 minutes of this game were absolutely mental. The first chance was actually an Abdi header after he did some really, really good work down the right-hand side. And actually, Abdi, I thought, started the game very well. He looks like a really good prospect, actually, Abdi. Very good on the right wing. I think he does exactly what Xavi wants from a Barcelona right winger, and that is good to see. So well done to Abdi again there. And he had a great header saved by Rulli, just tipped over there in the 3rd minute from a corner. And then about 2 minutes later, Villarreal really themselves also should have scored. Eric Garcia, who I thought actually had quite a poor game. I felt as if he really struggled in the role that Xavi gave him today. He just passed it straight to Danjuma, who really has to score. He delayed it a little bit. In the end, it's a fantastic block by Piqué, so give Piqué credit, but Danjuma there should have fired Villarreal ahead. Moments later, Memphis Depay got in. I think it was De Jong who played him 3. He flipped onto his left foot. Rulli was a bit out of position too. He should have scored, really, Memphis, but I feel as if right now Memphis is just lacking a lot of confidence. I think we saw that in the first half for sure. He misses that one. He probably should be getting it on target. Again, moments later, Memphis was causing problems. He was getting in. The ball ricocheted about a bit. Gavi picked up. It's a great chance for Gavi. His left-footed effort goes just wide of the post. And honestly, guys, we were thinking, how on earth are we going to score? When are we going to score? Because right now, even when we have so many chances, we just can't seem to get the ball in the back of the net. And again, not long after that, Memphis Depay had a great chance. De Jong, who I thought had a better game today, looked much better, looked much more like the De Jong we need to be seeing most weeks, slipped in Memphis, and this is a great chance from him. It's on his favourite foot. It's a first-time effort finish, and he drags it wide of the post again. He should be scoring. He doesn't. It's a big miss for Barcelona, and it somehow, in this crazy game, remained 0-0. And to be honest, guys, actually, after that good first 20 minutes for Barcelona, we just slowed down. We really did, and I'm not actually sure if we ever really regained our spirit throughout the game. Maybe at the start of the second half a bit, but really the start of the first half, start of the second half, I felt as if that was it for Barcelona, because for the remainder of the first half, it just wasn't good enough. Villarreal grew into the game. Danjuma had good chances, saved by ter Stegen. Pau Torres had a clear header that he should have scored. It may have been pulled back for a foul, but he really should have got that on target. And I think despite some good individual performances in there, like Abdi and Araujo, who were both very impressive in the opening 20 minutes, Barcelona just couldn't keep going for the whole half, and certainly not for the second half either. And I think that's worrying. I think we saw again, Eric Garcia, as I mentioned, just really struggled. I thought Xavi would have changed that at half-time. He didn't. There were more issues in the second half also when Alba went off injured, and really I thought we looked like a bit of a mess, a bit disjointed, and that's why I said a bit in my little preview at the start. I said that's maybe our most unconvincing game on the Xavi so far, and that's why I feel that we just never really felt as if we had the full control on the game for too long in it, and really I felt as if Villarreal had way too much control for large periods of the game, and that isn't good enough really. I felt as if we just looked tired, a mess. I think, tactically and formation-wise, it was all a bit, disjointed, all a bit of a mess, and I was expecting Xavi to change it, but he didn't really as the half went on, as the game went on, and I suppose that was a bit worrying compared to the other games where I thought we've looked quite innovative, quite sharp. This game, to me, it all just felt a bit messy. So yeah, half-time, 0-0, really crazy half. Not quite sure how it was 0-0 at half-time, But actually, quite soon into the second half, Barca had their lead. And like I said, I thought Barcelona were good in the second half. At least for the first 15 minutes, we started the half really, really well. And it's actually FRENKIE de Jong who puts us 1-0 up here. Alba fires a shot in. Memphis gets there first. It's well saved by Rulli, but de Jong fires in the rebound. The flag went up initially, but after a really, really, really long VAR check, about 2 or 3 minutes, the goal was given. I think it's Memphis who's, just onside there, at least level with Pau Torres, and then de Jong finishes the rebound. So an important goal for Barcelona away from home. It's our first from open play under Xavi. So of course that was good to see. Not long after that, Memphis himself had a good shot that was well saved by the feet of Rulli. But to be honest, like I said, after the good start to the second half, 15-20 minutes in, again, we just let it go. And honestly, from this point onwards, I think was our worst period of the game. We just looked so poor. It wasn't good enough, nowhere near good enough. I think if the first half, if large periods of that weren't good enough, then the second half was just awful as well. We never really had the ball. We never had many chances. We never really got our foot on the ball and said, yeah, let's take control of this, let's be in control again, let's get some passes together, some long possession. It was all Villarreal. And even when players like Dembele came off the bench, we just couldn't get Dembele involved. We barely ever got the ball to Dembele just because we didn't really have the ball. And I think Xavi's spoken about that before, defending with the ball. Well, again, we didn't do any of that. I don't know if that's a fitness issue, a mentality issue, but I feel as if right now, we can't near compete for 90 minutes of a football match, and that's just not good enough. And, Villarreal just were growing and growing and growing to the game, and it just felt the longer the game went on, you just felt, we're not surviving this. There's no way we're getting to this end of the game and it's staying 1-0. That's just not happening, is it? We had Mingueza come on there for Jordi Alba. That just made the defence even more chaos because really we had, 4 centre-backs almost across this makeshift, back 3/back 4 of ours. It was really bizarre, actually, and it just felt really uncomfortable. And I think already you can see, Mingueza felt quite uncomfortable in the left centre-back, left-back role. It just didn't work. Trigueros had a good shot that went just over, and then moments later, Villarreal got their goal. The flick on is there. It falls in its place to Chukwueze, who gets there just before Mingueza, and he fires it into the corner past Stegen. And at that point, you're thinking, yep, we've tossed it away. And really, it's deserved. What could we expect? We all saw it coming, but it just hurts when it arrives. We knew, guys, that a win today would be big. But honestly, at this point, with the way we were playing, even a draw felt like, we might be getting away with something. Not long after Chukwueze made it 1-1, Danjuma had a good shot that went just wide. And honestly, at this stage of the game, it feels bizarre. If someone told you, oh, Barcelona are going to win this game 3-1, by the way, in the 80th minute when we were just being pummeled, we played that poorly for the second half, you would have thought they were a fool. But no, because of course, Barcelona did snatch the win, and actually the 2-1 goal came from Memphis Depay. Sloppy defending from Villarreal, you've got to say. I think it's just Stegen who just punts a long ball up towards Memphis. I think it's Estupinian who came off the bench. He tries to head it back, I think, to Albiol, but it goes over the Spanish veteran, and Memphis is quick enough to get there. He rounds Rulli, then he cuts back onto his right, and you're thinking, shoot, please, shoot. Because Memphis has messed up these sorts of chances in the past, of course, and already today, he'd messed up quite a few big chances, but this time he gets it in. It's through the legs of Albiol on the goal line. It's a huge goal for Barcelona. It's a massive moment. And it just felt like a big win for us because, like I say, we weren't playing well enough. We were really struggling in this game. So to come back there, to snatch the goal, it was huge. You even saw Piqué in those celebrations there, almost demanding the players to, keep their head in the game, make sure we win this one because this would be really, really important for us. And of course, thankfully we did. And actually, we even consolidated our lead. It was Coutinho who came off the bench there. He won the penalty really well. Good trickery. I thought he did well in the final stages, Coutinho, actually, to hold the ball up for us. He wins the penalty. Foyth there with a silly challenge. I thought Foyth struggled all game long, actually. Looked a bit rash at right back for Villarreal, and it's actually Coutinho who steps up. Of course, we're all expecting Memphis to take it, but it was actually Coutinho, the man who won the penalty, who stepped up. He dispatched it, and it ends 3-1 to Barcelona. So look, it's a big win away from home. It's a really good win, away to Villarreal in a tough game in our current circumstances with a lot of players missing, with Xavi as the new coach. We know where we are right now. It's a really important win. We need to win in our Liga, and we've done it now twice in a row under Xavi, which is really, really good. And if we keep winning, guys, we're going to be in a really good spot. So that's great. Really, really good to see. But I think performance-wise and, what we can say about how convinced we were about this game, it wasn't really good, in my opinion. I think a lot of people will be coming off the game saying, how on earth have we won that game? And really, who knows? Because honestly, I thought we weren't good enough for large periods of it. Look, we had a lot of chances in the first half. Of course, we killed the game in the second half. So overall, in the complexion of it, you might think, actually, Barca deserved that one. But I just think for too long of the game, we weren't good enough. We weren't consistent enough. We didn't hold the ball for long enough. We just had little control at all in the game. So yeah, Barca win, a really big win. Please do leave all of your thoughts in the comments down below. I'm really interested to hear what you guys have to say about it, because I'm sure a lot of you will have a lot to say on what was actually quite a crazy game. Maybe our most entertaining under Xavi so far. Really hectic, lots of chances, 4 goals in the end, and a big win for Barca. So yeah, let me know what you guys think, and good night.